are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Doc's Daily Show. I'm Griffin Murphy. Alongside me is Nick Menken. Obviously, you only got the two amigos today. We're missing our boy Craig. You know what? He's being a father today. He's doing some college visits for his daughter. So you know what? God bless. He's doing a great thing. And honestly, checking out some pretty nasty schools.
Yeah, Duke in there, North Carolina.
And North Carolina.
She's got to be really smart.
Yeah, she got a nice 34 something on her ACT, so she sounds pretty damn smart. But with that being said, we're going to jump into this show. Obviously, there's no college basketball today, but we've got March Madness in action tipping off tomorrow. So what we are going to do in this show, we're going to smack 2 NBA free plays each. We're going to give you guys 2 NHL free plays each
for today.
And then for today's matchups. And then we're going to go down the entire list of round 1 of March Madness. We're going to rapid fire it and give you guys our absolute best bets. But before we get into this, if you guys are new members to Doc Sports, head on over to docsports.com/free60. That is where you can go grab yourself a free $60 account. You could use that free $60 on our premium selections, our absolute best bets for free. With that being said, Nick, take care of the rest of the housekeeping.
Also, the premium plus, $49.99. And what you're getting out of that is 3 plays every single day from any one of us cappers. There will be 3 of those games. Each day, I believe it equals out to about $1.60 a day. So you're getting over 90 plays in that month for only $49.99. And also you're getting a Rune or IC Indian Cowboys picks as well in that premium plus. So make sure to check that out. It's every day. Again, 3 plays a day. It won't be any of our top plays, even though we had a 5 unit. We tossed one of those in there. There will be, 1 unit, 2 units, 3, 4, and maybe some 5s. No 6, 7, no top plays, obviously, but definitely something you want to check out. $49.99. That's the premium plus.
Premium plus, and those aren't our free plays, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our absolute best bets. Those are the plays on the site that we obviously don't give out for free. But with that being said, Nick, you ready to jump right into some NBA selections?
Let's do the NBA.
Let's crack, baby. All right, I'm gonna open up with the first game. We've got the New York Knicks laying 7.5 points, rolling into Miami to play the Heat. We have a total sitting at 210.5. New York coming off another tough loss against Golden State in their most recent matchup. And I mean, Golden State, they've been on an absolute tear. I want to say they're on a 7 or 8 game winning streak, just stroking right now. But the thing is, with this New York Knicks team, they have been really ascending to the upside and just barely missing that victory cover, just barely missing it. Now they're playing a Miami Heat team who's lost 7 consecutive matchups, playing absolute atrocious basketball. I believe tonight is the night for the New York Knicks to finally come into Miami, not only clean them up, but cover that 7.5 point spread. So for my first NBA free selection for you guys, lay the points with the New York Knicks over the Miami Heat. Nick, game 2.
I like that one. And just so you guys know, on the New York Knicks side, I believe Jalen Brunson will be out in tonight's lineup. So just be careful
change anything
about that. I do like the 7.5 that Griffin said. But let's look at the Toronto Raptors and the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are coming in this game minus 8.5. The total is sitting at 222.5 here. Both of these teams coming off losses in their last game. While both teams played last night, the Toronto Raptors lost by 3 against the Portland Trail Blazers there. Then the Suns obviously got whooped by the Los Angeles Lakers. The Suns do play their best basketball at home with a record of 19-13 on the season here. While Toronto, they have 8 wins this season on the road. It doesn't look good for the Toronto Raptors here. I'm not saying they're going to win this game whatsoever, but the public is going to be all over this Phoenix Suns team and the reason why this Toronto Raptors team only has 8 wins. I like the points here with the Toronto Raptors plus 8.5 over the Phoenix Suns tonight.
Nick, I'm going to agree with you and disagree. We kind of flip-flopped earlier. We talked about this game a lot. It's just something weird with this Phoenix Suns team. They're a red X for me. So regardless of the factor, I don't like touching this team. They never cover the spread when I have them, and when I go against them, they always cover the spread. So they're a very weird team for me. But I like the circumstances. I like the take. I'm not going to disagree with it, but I'm not going to agree with it. That's Nick's play. But let's jump into another NBA free play. So we've got the San Antonio Spurs rolling into Los Angeles to play the Lakers. Lakers laying 8.5 points in this game. We have a total sitting at 236.5. Spurs, they're coming off a nice solid win in their most recent matchup over New Orleans. 119-115 final. Los Angeles, they just snapped a 4-game losing streak last night after a victory, and now they're on back-to-back games here. Laying nearly double digits in this matchup, it just seems too good to be true in my eyes for the San Antonio Spurs team. So I'm reverse flipping this game. I really like the Lakers in this matchup at home. I think they're going to pound them by double digits. I'm laying the 8.5 points. Nick, what's your take on this one? You like it?
I like it. The Lakers did me well yesterday. I had them -3.5 against the Phoenix Suns. They got the job done. Luka looked good in that game. There was no LeBron James in that game. Is LeBron James playing here tonight? I think he's a game time.
He's still GTA. Yeah, GTP.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the Lakers. Yeah, lay it with the Lakers.
GTA, Grand Theft Auto, baby. I'm back in video games.
Let's look at the Indiana Pacers and this Minnesota Timberwolves team. Timberwolves are -7.5 coming into this game. The total sitting at 228.5 right now. The Timberwolves, they're on an 8-game winning streak here, playing stellar basketball, while the Pacers just lost to the Milwaukee Bucks 126-119 on Saturday. This Timberwolves last game, they scored 128 points on the offensive side. And what do we know about this Indiana Pacers team all season long, especially after a loss? They're going to score a lot of points. This Timberwolves team has been absolutely dominating the offensive rebounds. I like them to score over 120 points in this game. So I'm actually looking at the total in this one, since both of these teams do score, the Indiana Pacers and the Timberwolves here. I like the over 228.5. Griff, do you have any thoughts on this?
I do, and I really like your take on this matchup, Nick, because we know that Indiana Pacers team, they fly up and down the court. They score a lot of points, and they're very fast in pace of play. And you never want to go against a team that's on an absolute tear. Minnesota, they're on a 7-game winning streak. They're playing absolute stout basketball right now. And the current line, what's the current line on this? 7.5?
7.5.
7.5. It's just something that I'm not willing to lay right now. I'd actually lean towards the Pacers in this matchup to cover the points. But I do agree with you on this totals play, so I am on that play. But with that being said, let's get over to the ice, Nick. And you know what? You kick us off. You're a hockey guru. Let's get it going. We actually had a couple laughs the other day about hockey. We're not going to get into it right now, but go ahead and tip us off right now.
We'll go on the ice. We got the Buffalo Sabres here and the Boston Bruins. Bruins are at home. Small favorite here, -110 for the Bruins. The total sitting at 5.5. The Sabres, they just beat the Las Vegas Golden Knights actually on the road Saturday in overtime, 4-3 there. While the Bruins, they're on a 2-game losing streak here, but they're back at home where they play their best hockey. On the season, they have 19 wins. They're 19-12. And this Sabres team on the road, they've been atrocious. They are 9-19 on the road. I love this Boston Bruins team to get the job done here tonight. I would take the Boston Bruins on the money line over the Buffalo Sabres.
I'm in total agreement with you on this play. I love the Boston Bruins in this matchup. The Sabres have absolutely no defense. Boston's kind of starting to pick up steam right now. They may be eliminated from playoffs right now, so they're in full contention mode where they need the race. They have to play out of their behinds to catch up in this right now.
Right.
So I really love the Boston Bruins in this matchup. And it's a clean line, -110, fresh line against the Sabres. Who the hell are the Sabres? They haven't done jack crap.
9-19.
All season long, the Sabres have been nothing. So I'm in agreement with you on that play. Let's jump into my play right now. We've got the Calgary Flames rolling into Toronto to play the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs are currently -210 on the money line, and we have the total sitting at 5.5. Calgary, they are currently dead last in the NHL on the offensive side of the puck. They cannot light up the lamp to save their lives. But I smell a trap in this game. Toronto, they're 18th in the NHL when it comes to defending goals on the defensive side. So that is something where you can kind of quote you a little bit, give you a little bit of incentive here. So when I look at this game, we have a total sitting at 5.5 goals. Both of these teams are lacking right now offensively. So this is kind of a buy low, sell high situation for me. I expect this Calgary Flames team to come out scoring. But on top of that, Toronto's at home in this matchup. Toronto's 20-13 at home, and they play stellar hockey, and it's never easy going into Toronto to play. Obviously, you got Calgary rolling into Toronto. Pretty close matchup as far as distance-wise. They don't have to travel as far. So I like this spot, and I think both of these teams come out and light up the lamp. So give me the over 5.5 goals in this game, Nick. What's your take on it?
I like the Toronto Maple Leafs, but they did me absolutely dirty. They just played the Ottawa Senators at home and lost that game 4-2. I was on the other side. I had the Toronto Maple Leafs. I expect the Maple Leafs to score some goals, especially at home. Like Griff said, they're 20-13 this season. I like the Toronto Maple Leafs to score goals, and then Calgary's got to do something on the offensive side. So I definitely like that play. Let's go to another hockey game. I got the New Jersey Devils minus 140 on the money line. The Columbus Blue Jackets against the Columbus Blue Jackets. The total sitting at 6.5. Both of these teams, they're coming off losses in their last game. The Devils just dropped to the Penguins, allowing 7 goals on the defensive side. Remind you that this New Jersey Devils team is currently ranked 4th in the NHL in defense efficiency. Atrocious game there for the New Jersey Devils. Now they have to play the 9th best team in goals per game in this Columbus Blue Jackets team, who has lost 3 games in a row. I love the dog price here in the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think they snapped their 3-game losing streak, and this price, you can't go wrong with it. New Jersey minus 140 on the road. Forget about that. Take the dog. All the values on the Columbus Blue Jackets in this one.
And I'm in full agreement. I almost talked over you. The line coming out right now at a minus 140 New Jersey. New Jersey's been a dominant hockey team all season long. And Columbus, they're just that sleeper team. They're always a great underdog pick, and especially with the value in this game. And they play phenomenal hockey at home. I love Columbus as well in this matchup at that dog price. So I'm in agreement with you on this matchup. And just so you guys know, if you're just tuning in right now, quick little recap. If you are a new member to Doc Sports, head on over to docsports.com/free60. Go grab yourself a free $60 account. You could use that free $60 on our premium selections, our absolute best bets for free. And that goes across not only Nick and myself, but any capper on our website. So if you don't like me and you don't like Nick, you can go ahead and grab anybody's selections with that free $60 for absolute free. But with all of that being said, we're going to do one more NHL play here, and then we're going to get into March Madness round number 1. And I'm going to go right at it. We've got the Los Angeles Kings on the money line, minus 150, playing the Minnesota Wild. Total sitting at 5.5. The Kings, they have turned it around as of late. They've got 5 straight wins under the belt. They're 13-17 on the road, though, this season. The Wild, they're 15-15 at home. This game is one of those matchups where you look at it, and the herd is going to be all over the Kings in this matchup, considering the fact that they've won 5 consecutive games. But you have to remember something. The Kings suck on the road, and Minnesota plays very stealthy defense at home. I really like this game. Minnesota dog price at home. Give me the Wild in this matchup. I like the Wild taking this matchup outright over the LA Kings. But with that being said, NBA covered, NHL covered. Let's get into March Madness round number 1.
Really quick, Griff, what do you got going on at the website?
Let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys know, I've got a 4-unit best bet on the NBA hardwood going out. I have a 2-pack on the NHL side of things. 4-unit and 3-unit on deck. I also have a 4-unit player prop. So tap in by all means. It's all on my Docs bio. You can check that out on the website, docsports.com. Click my name. You'll see all the listings of what I got on tap. Nick, what you got on tap today?
Yeah, big day on the hardwood floor yesterday in college basketball. We went 2-0. No college today, but we got March Madness rolling around. And also, we hit the Lakers, like I said, minus 3.5 over the Phoenix Suns. I have a 2-pack in the NBA going off tonight. That first game starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, we are back on the ice with a 4-unit selection here, looking to bounce back after yesterday. We had the under in that Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. Didn't get it done.
Oh, you got clipped?
Yeah,
we were together. I watched it. Ridiculous.
1, going to bounce back here.
5 minutes left.
And just so you guys know, we will be covering every single college basketball game here in the first round and throughout this whole entire tournament on this YouTube channel. So make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a lot of free content coming out here.
On top of that, go to the grid as well with that free 60. Any other handicappers on our site, top selections, go ahead and check those out. I didn't scan the top plays today. I know Tony George has a 7-unit top prop play. Absolutely phenomenal when it comes to his player props. I mean, that guy absolutely dice rolls across his props. Go check that out. Check out the grid. Today's best bets on docsports.com. You can see all the top selections. Nick and myself don't have any top selections. Doesn't mean that we don't have winners on cards, because we do. But if you guys are looking for something a little bit more juicy, go check out the grid. Use that free 60 and go snag yourself a winner. But now it's time to get into March Madness round number 1. I'm going to cover the South region. Nick, you've got the West. Then I'll go back over to the East. Nick's got the Midwest. And we're going to start with game number 1. So we've got Auburn rolling into this match. Just so you guys know, we got the sheet right in front of us. We got the brackets right in front of us. So we're going to be reading it right off the template. This is going to be rapid fire, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got Auburn coming into this matchup 28-5. They're either going to be playing Alabama State or St. Francis. Either of these teams, they're doomed. And Auburn's going to come into this matchup and absolutely look to make a statement in this matchup. They're going to light a torch up against either of these two teams. So give me Auburn in round one of the first slate. Going in now to game number 2, we've got Creighton versus
Louisville.
We've got Louisville versus Creighton. I love Creighton here. Louisville, they just showed us how capable they are of losing. Stanford almost beat them outright in one of their most recent matchups. So in this matchup, Creighton, they've been here before. They're very hard contenders, very pesky to beat. Give me Creighton in that matchup. Next game, this is a sleeper matchup, and this one could go either way, which really, if you got to find that sleeper sneaker, this is a game to keep your eye on. We've got UC San Diego coming into this matchup to play Texas A&M. UC San Diego right now, 30-4 on the season. Absolutely outstanding. And if you guys haven't been covering them, they have absolutely torn it up all season long. And I mean, I'm not talking about just winning games. They are blowing teams out. On the other hand, Texas A&M,
Michigan.
I'm sorry.
Michigan.
It's Michigan. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
it's
trying
hard to see.
I'm reading these little lines. I'm doing my best here. But all right, even better, Michigan and we just watched Michigan display. And you know what? They had a hell of a second half against Wisconsin yesterday, ended up winning that game outright. Very scary matchup, I will say. I was on Michigan, ended up cashing that ticket. I do like in this matchup, though, Michigan to take this one. San Diego, they are a sleeper. I would not be surprised if they do sneak by this first round, but I'm not going to go against Michigan in this one. So give me Michigan. Going into our next matchup, we've got Yale. Help me out here.
We got Texas A&M and Yale.
We've got Texas A&M and Yale here. I keep screwing this up, guys. Texas A&M and Yale. Give me Texas A&M. They're going to blow right through Yale. Easy matchup. This one's interesting. We've got Ole Miss, and they're either going to deal with San Diego State or North Carolina. North Carolina just barely snuck in, so you know they're going to come into this matchup if they get in there. Yeah, right. They're going to come in here absolutely flying. They're going to give it 100% all, but I just don't think they have enough what it takes to beat this Ole Miss team. Ole Miss has been pesky as hell all season long. They've solidified legitimate wins over top-ranked teams. I like Ole Miss to take this game. Rolling into our next matchup, we've got Iowa State versus Lipscomb. Give me Iowa State. Defense is going to be way too stout. Lipscomb don't even know what they're walking into. It's going to be a Shark Tank. They shouldn't even be here. They're going to get thrashed in this matchup. And then rolling into our last game right here on the South region, we've got New Mexico versus Michigan in this matchup.
Michigan State. New Mexico.
What's that?
It's Marquette versus New Mexico.
Marquette versus New Mexico. Give me Marquette. Marquette's in here all the time. They know the tempo. They know the energy. They know how to play this in the big game. This is a game where they're just going to want to make a statement and absolutely go balls deep. Give me Marquette here. Roll that one. Then our last game right here, we've got we've got Michigan State versus Bryant. Give me Michigan State. Michigan State has had a hell of a season. I do not see this team, though, making it to the Elite 8 or even potentially the Sweet 16. Going to be a very close call for this team. They are very inconsistent. They win against good teams, and they lose against bad teams. They're kind of in the mix all over the place. But in this matchup, give me Michigan State to take out Bryant in this matchup. Nick, hit them with the West region.
Yeah, let's talk about this West region, our first game. We got the number 1 seed, Florida, taking on Norfolk State. Norfolk State, great season, but it's time to pack your bags early as we saw what this Florida team does. You've seen it in the SEC tournament, and they are playing very fundamentally sound basketball, scoring 95, 104, and then in the SEC championship, beating Tennessee there by double digits. So I love Florida to advance in this first round of the NCAA in the West region. And how about this next game? This next game's a tricky one. You got UConn in Oklahoma. What Oklahoma did in that tournament, it's something to look out for because Dan Hurley in this UConn team is in shambles here. I think Dan Hurley's way too over his head with this team. They're young. They got some playmakers, guards, but I like this Oklahoma team to shock this bracket here. I think Oklahoma advances here over UConn. And then we have Memphis and Colorado State. Colorado State winning the West Coast there. And then how about Memphis just getting the job done over UAB. They showed their dominance, especially in that paint. I absolutely love Memphis to roll over Colorado State here. And then we got Maryland and Grand Canyon, and boy, I was all over Maryland in this Big Ten tournament in Michigan. They could not close the door, and with 4 seconds left, are you kidding me? I actually had a wager on that game. Maryland was down 12 points in that one. I put $250 to win $900 on the live bet because I said, no way Maryland's losing to Michigan. They took the lead with 4 seconds left, and the point guard for Michigan comes all the way down and gets a layup. Unacceptable. I hope they learn from their mistakes. I think they will. I think they take down Grand Canyon here and advance to the next round. So I like Maryland in that one. Then you got Missouri and Drake, and this is a very, very hard game here. A lot of people are going to be all over Mizzou. They're SEC. They play teams very well here, but look at Drake. They are 30-3 on this season. Yeah. If they have a high spread, if it's over 5-6, I'm going to be all over Drake on the wager. But it is. It will be. It will be my sleeper here. I think that Drake upsets Missouri here in the first round. People aren't going to see it. I've watched Drake a lot this season, and they are a very, very good team. So I like Drake advancing over Missouri. And then you got Texas Tech taking on UNC Wilmington here. Texas Tech Raiders, they rebound the ball all on the offensive side. They dominate the boards. I like Texas Tech to absolutely blow out Wilmington here in this one. Then you got Kansas and Arkansas. John Calipari's going to have these boys ready. It's tournament play, ladies and gentlemen. You see what Arkansas did in that SEC tournament, picked up a win. But this Arkansas team will be ready. This Kansas team, everybody knows they're not the same Kansas team as years prior.
Can't play on the road.
But I'm still taking Kansas. I think they will get over the hump in this game. We're going to take Kansas over Arkansas. And then the team I absolutely love in this tournament, we got St. John's taking on Omaha. Omaha, great job winning your tournament, your conference tournament. Like the other team that I said, pack your bags and get it ready. St. John's is going to dominate this game. I like St. John's to move on to the next round, and I like St. John's to make a run in this tournament. Griff, we got the East region. Go ahead, first round, take it over.
We're running out of time here, so we're going to have to rapid fire this right across the boards. So we've got Duke rolling in. They're either playing American or Mount St. Mary's. I've got to say American. Very good basketball team, and they have shined this season. But I'm sorry, pack your bags, like Nick likes to say, because Duke is going to absolutely steamrolling. Next game, we've got Mississippi State versus Baylor. Going to be a very interesting matchup. Mississippi State is outstanding on the offensive side of the ball, but so is Baylor. Baylor's got a phenomenal head coach. They've been in this situation tons of times. This is going to be a very interesting game for me. If I'm going to call an upset here, I would be on Baylor in this matchup to win this game outright. Very close call on this one. Mississippi State is the better team, but Baylor can come out flying, and I like Baylor in this matchup. Going into the next game, we've got Oregon versus Liberty. Oregon's going to absolutely throttle them. Oregon's way too fast off the break. Their tempo and pace of play, points per game, they just fly down the court. I like Oregon in this matchup. Next game, we've got Arizona and Akron. Akron, very, very pesky team. Very sneaky sleeper in this matchup. The issue with this is they've got to deal with Arizona. Arizona's been a hell of a team all season long. Whether they're a dog or a favorite, they play everybody competitive. Yeah. They have very good wins. I mean, they almost beat Houston. They had them on their back against the ropes earlier on in the year. Houston ended up coming back and flying by. That was going to be your 8-unit play of the year, by the way. I know that one pissed you off. But anyways, I like Arizona in this matchup. Going into the next game, we got BYU versus VCU. VCU having a hell of a season, but BYU is absolutely torching right now. They're steamrolling, playing phenomenal basketball. Give me BYU in this one. Going into our next game, we've got Wisconsin versus Montana. Give me Wisconsin. Wisconsin showed us yesterday how great they are. They've showed us all season long how good they are. They just couldn't close it out in the second half. And you know what? Michigan just played outstanding basketball in the second half. They scored. They were rebounding. They were finally converting instead of failing on every single turnover that they had. So you know what? In this matchup, I really like, where am I looking at in this game? Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin over Montana in this matchup. And then our last one in the Eastern region, we've got Vanderbilt versus Alabama. Give me Alabama to absolutely torch Vandy in this matchup.
St. Mary's versus Alabama.
I'm sorry, St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. Different story. Vanderbilt's St. Mary's always pesky in these type of situations. Vanderbilt, they've been pesky all season long. Very close call on this one, actually. Now that I'm looking at this game, I'm still taking St. Mary's. I think they're gonna be in this one. They're too pesky as well. Very hard, very well coached team. They always give Zaga a hell of a time. They're just not even in their league in this matchup. So give me St. Mary's in this game. Next game, we got Alabama against Robert Morris. Now, Robert Morris, you can pack your bags. Alabama's going to absolutely torch the hell out of you. Nick, go hit them with the Midwest region.
Midwest, we got number 1 seed Houston and SIUE.
We got 4 minutes rapid fire.
Bag the packs. Or pack the bags. We got Houston moving on. Then Gonzaga in Georgia. This is going to be a very, very good game. The public's going to be all over Gonzaga here. Watch out for this scrappy Georgia team. They play the SEC, the best league in conference or college basketball here. So I like Georgia here in this matchup to take down Gonzaga. Then you got Clemson and McNeese. McNeese's another one here.
Sneaker.
They're a sneaker of a team. You like the manager. He's bringing out the the beatbox, and they're getting the boys ready. I'm sure you've seen it all over social media, but give me Clemson to get over McNeese here. And then the next game is Purdue and High Point, and this is a sneaky one as well. High Point, a lot of juice and flow, and a lot of senior players on that team. Look out for that. I'm taking High Point over Purdue in the first round on that upset. That's a 13 upset and a 4 there. Illinois and either Texas or Xavier in that one. Illinois has been banged up all year.
The weirdest
Sickness.
one, man.
I still like my Fighting Illini here. We are alumni. I'm an alumni from it. We're going to have to go in the first round to get the job done. So then we got Kentucky and Troy here. Kentucky's going to blow them out. Troy, good job this season, but we'll see. UCLA and Utah State. This is another sneaky one as the 10 seed may upset UCLA here. Obviously, UCLA first year in the Big Ten. I like Utah State to get the job done. They are 26-7 on the season. And our last game here is going to be Tennessee and Wofford. Wofford, tip your cap. Again, pack your bags. Tennessee moves on. That is the first round of the NCAA playoffs. Man, I'm juiced up, man.
Hey, dude, it's March Madness, baby, and it tips off tomorrow. Couldn't be more jacked up. But we just want to say we appreciate everybody tuning into the Docs Daily. We'll be back. We do this show Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. We will be covering every single one of these matchups, and they will all be posted on our YouTube channel throughout the entire week. So tap in by all means. And just so you guys know, last reminder, if you're a new member to Doc Sports, head on over to docsports.com/free60. Go grab yourself a free $60 account. You could use that free $60 on our premium selections, our absolute best bets. It is March Madness time. We are locked in, ladies and gentlemen. Go get that free $60 and let's cash some tickets. Thank you for tuning into the Docs Daily, and we will see you guys tomorrow.